Hey there, Heather. Hello there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another ASG Golf uh, tournament. We are doing the 82,000s tour live from Cherry Hills. The winner of this tournament goes to Augusta for the year-end tournament, just like the other monthly winners for every course. So that's 48, 4 times 12. And then if you take second place, you go to the runner-up tournament, which you get a wild card, one of the 6 wildcard spots per group, so 24 wildcards. Of course, you'd be thinking, well, that's not the screen you're on. No, it's not. This screen is that there was tragedy as Fuzzy Seller passed away today, November 27, 2025, just hours before the ASG Golf Tournament started. He won 10 PGA Tour titles, including 2 major championships, becoming one of only 3 golfers ever to win the Masters in his first appearance at the event. Not even Tiger Woods can claim that because Tiger, I think, played 1 or 2 Masters as a amateur. He won the 1984 U.S. Open as well. So he was born and raised in New Albany, Indiana, winning both of his majors and playoffs. In 1979, he was in a 3-way playoff with Ed Snead and Tom Watson. The big thing is, I kept thinking Tom Watson won the 79 Masters because the famous shot of Watson looking from the clubhouse as Ed Snead needed to 2-putt to win the 1979 Masters, but he fumbled it, and then it went to a playoff. I didn't think that Seller was in that playoff. And in 1984, he beat Greg Norman in an 18-hole playoff. At the time, the U.S. Open practically was, if you were tied after Sunday, you go to 18 holes on Monday. In 1979, Fuzzy Seller became the first golfer since 1935 to win the Masters in their first appearance. Well, it was biased because the other 2 golfers won their debut because it was the winners of the first 2 Masters, Horton Smith and Gene Harrison. In 1979 was actually the first time the Masters had a sudden death playoff. The other 6 were 18-hole rounds on Monday. So basically, you had 18 holes on the final day. The previous 6. It would have been 7 if it wasn't for that 1968 mistake by DiVincenzo in this pencil. For much of his career, Seller would actually wave a white towel and mock surrender after Greg Norman made that putt on the 72nd green and all that. But, Seller won by 8 strokes in that one. He was named the 1985 winner of the Bob Jones Award for distinguished sportsmanship in golf. Well, 12 years later, he would fucking ruin himself. I'll tell you why. Fuzzy actually had the lead after the 3rd round of the 1994 British Open. But unfortunately, he fumbled. He would take 3rd place, though. He went to 3 Ryder Cups, joined the Champions Tour, aka the senior PGA, if you will, and did all that. Seller actually sued a evaluation firm in Miami because of defamation statements thanks to Wikipedia's article about Fuzzy Seller. Ironically, the one I'm reading. Well, this was 2006, originally from a computer at that firm and all that. Seller actually was unable to sue Wikipedia for those statements. You know how Wikipedia, a lot of people can edit what they want. Fuzzy was married to Diane and had 3 children. So yeah, he won 10 events. He won the 1979 Andy Williams San Diego Open, the 79 Masters, 81 Colonial, 83 Heritage, being Canadian Jim Nelford in the thing. September 83 in Las Vegas. June 84 the US Open. March 85 the Bay Hill Classic. February 86 the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. The Heritage again in 1986. And the July 13th Anheuser-Busch thing. And we win a couple games, couple things and all that. He would have only 5 top 5 finishes in a major, 2 wins, the Masters and the U.S. Open. And it doesn't say anything about his controversial comments after Tiger Woods won the Masters, which Fuzzy Seller basically says that next year at the Champions Dinner, the champion gets to pick some kind of fundraising dinner the next year that better not let him serve fried chicken or collie greens. His words, not mine. And that was pathetic. So now we are getting ourselves into the Cherry Hills thing. Now, normally, okay, good. Okay. So normally we usually do the first round and we basically just check in on the first 9 holes of the previous winner of the monthly tournament. Well, and that would be Chris DeMarco, who won last month against Mark McCumber, the cucumber, as I call him. So Chris DeMarco is actually there. Alongside Hal Sutton, Zach Johnson, Justin Rose, Hendrik Stenson, Vijay Singh, Ernie Els, Andy Bean, Seve Ballesteros, and Curtis Strange. They are all at the Masters. Meanwhile, the runner cut and Justin Rose was second in February, but he won in July. So that means his silver medal spot, his wildcard spot, is taken over. Is over. You got KJ Choi, Bruce Lipsky, Bill Mickelson, Brett Quigley, Joy Sindelard, Ben Crenshaw, Sergio twice, and McCumber being finalist. She's a finalist, all right. She's a finalist. So anyway, yeah, 10 months of action. So anyway, we're in November. Now, we would do Chris DeMarco's round, but because of Fuzzy Seller's death, and he was an 80s golfer, he did count in the 80s, 2000s. I don't know what tournament he won, but he did win a tournament in the 80s. I gotta figure that out. We're gonna do Fuzzy Seller's group. Did he win last year in the 80s? Tommy Armour Hot Dogs Eagles. Fuzzy Seller did not. He took second in the 80s, 90s. Thing in October to Ben Crenshaw, and I think he qualified for Augusta. Yeah, he qualified for Augusta through that. Zach Johnson looking pretty good to try to make things happen. Well, Scott. The thing about Zach Johnson is that he can't win again, because if he wins again, then it's the guy below him that will get the trip to Augusta. Well, Zach can keep the money and all that. Just to let you know that Scott McCarron. No, I guess I didn't tee off. Whatever. David Tom's 500 front nine. Yeah, Cherry Hills had that low scoring round thing last week with Davis Love the third beating John Wise, who shocked a lot of people by getting second place. John Wise of the Al Red Sox fan group. He's guaranteed to be in that wild card thing. All right, so Fuzzy Seller in a great group, and this was randomly drawn. I didn't do anything about it. So yeah, he's with Seve and Ben Crenshaw. What a group. Seve down the center. Fuzzy Seller. Crenshaw. He's on there. He's pretty good. Ben Crenshaw. Give it a slide, but it'll stay on the fairway. The people clapping give it. Fuzzy. Second shot. Oh my gosh, he made it. In his first hole as a ghost, he almost does it. Ben Crenshaw. Okay, and 7. Nice shot by 7. Now 12 feet away. Crenshaw for birdie. Too much. By Salos. Oh, and then at 7, he doesn't get the trip to Augusta. He's already there. Fuzzy for birdie. Fuzzy fool. And for par, and he'll play the birdie par with Aaron Baddeley. Sorry, I have the Marin flashbacks. He's at -5 start. 7. Ooh. Fuzzy. Nice shot. Oh yeah, I think Fuzzy Seller was name dropped in a Simpsons episode called I Dobot. That was the episode in which Homer finds out Bart has a love for fighting robots, like BattleBots. So he creates himself as a fighting robot and actually fought the robots, even though that, he was being hacked and slashed. And then there was a Fuzzy Seller, the one of the announcers was Fuzzy Seller's green jacket food thing. If I remember right. I do. And Crenshaw. Zeller. Oh, yeah. Up and yeah, I was thinking about doing a Fuzzy Zeller tribute match. I would if it did not fall on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. For birdie. Off by 3, not bad. Crenshaw. Oh. 7 for par. Fuzzy should be able to par. He did. All right, on to the third. Crenshaw up and ooh, a little left. He's in the first cut. Seve. He goes to the right. Left, right, center. What a shot by Fuzzy. Now he's got a chance. Seve. Fuzzy. 6 feet up. Crenshaw for 30? Nope. 30? No. He took a birdie. Like Rex Caldwell. Put that damn cigarette out. Triple bogey. Sorry, I say that every time I have to see his fucking picture. So yeah, Chris DeMarco will be featured tomorrow in round 2 instead of the Thunder. Yeah, Fuzzy Zeller stuff happened on Wednesday, yesterday, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Then we do a Fuzzy Zeller 80s tournament tribute match. But since we're not, Fuzzy will punch you. I think he's starting to schedule it. That's not good. Crenshaw goes that for birdie. Bottomless throws his set. He's at -2. Fuzzy for par. Ouch. He's at +2. The ghost did not work. Has not worked out. On to 5. It is a par 5. Seve really into the bunker. Crenshaw. Don't stay. Yeah, the fans clapping is a big deal. Fuzzy to the right hand side. Aren't you clapping? Oh, it's not. Oh, it's in the rough. Ah, it's the first cut. Crenshaw over the bunker. No, he doesn't. Seve over the bunker. Oh, he let up. So Fuzzy. Go for it. Nice. He's on the green. You might as well putt for. Because worse comes to worse, if you do it, you can go putt. All right, for you go. Off by 3 feet. That's good because it's birdie. That's a birdie. That's good. So there's a boy. There's -3. Fuzzy for you. Todd Hamilton triple bogeys. You know, the guy that won the 2004 British Open. The year after Ben Curtis shocked everyone by winning the British Open. Seve up and over. Fuzzy Zeller. Back. That definitely would have been really close to the pin. Seve will at the pitch. And hockey pucks. I thought he had it. Fuzzy for bird. Off by a foot. Yeah, par. Jack Campbell equals to leaders at -9. Scott Plank equals 11. Scott Plank gives me Chad Rowan, aka Akimono vibes with that look. Looks so Hawaiian. Fuzzy Zeller. Whoops, to the right. Yeah, he's over par. We'll probably just give him first nine holes. Okay. Maybe we can give him a tracker. Right, for bird. Off by a foot. Crenshaw? No, sir. Somebody should be able to baby. Man, this guy's looking cute. He doesn't have to win the tournament. Yeah, if you win the tournament, you'll still get credited with a win in the ASG books. The record is 5 tournament wins. This is the 4th year this has happened. The record is 5. Ben Hogan has 5, and thus does David Duval. Crenshaw. I don't know when Fuzzy won. I think he won 2 years ago. I don't know when the record book for that was. That would have been nice. Nice. Ben for birdie. Off by a foot. Ready? Nice try. Bebe would like to go to -5 and get some kind of thingy. Fuzzy? Down there. First cut. Okay. For birdie. He'll get par. Yeah, he's over par. Group 16, yeah. Someone's doing well. All right, let's tee off. Yeah, he was over par. Well, we have first place right now, and it looks good. Bobby Watkins triple bogey. 11 Radich. I know. Bart Bryan triple bogeys. Bernie Els -6. And Crenshaw triple bogey on 18. Well, that's not good. Well, at least he's in the tournament, right? Crenshaw is technically not in the tournament. He's second place, so he gets a second chance tournament. Yeah, starting Monday, December 1st, it's match play for all 4 tours. And we'll have matches for each day of the week. 7 days, 7 rounds. Thomas LeVay, triple bogey. Yeah. David Toms with a 10 under 61. He's your leader. Toms. Well, he did it the simple way. 10 birdies on 18 holes. The Big Easy Ernie Els is second at -7. It won't do him any good because he can't go to Augusta because he's already there. Notable guy Larry Nelson, Hal Sutton, and Bill Rogers, not the marathon runner. You probably didn't think I was going to pull a Bill Rogers marathon runner reference, but I fucking did. So Bagai and Larry Nelson, I don't think those guys have been talked to. Sutton won, just like Ernie Els, he's won a tournament. Scott McCarron, Aaron Baddeley, Wayne Levi, Bernard Langer, Seve, Justin Rose, Payne Stewart are all tied at -5. I wonder how Dave Little is doing. Where's Uncle Dave Little? Anyway, on the bottom part of the line, Tim Clark +7, Peter Leonard, Patrick Harrington, Rex Caldwell +5. Put that damn cigarette out. So as of right now, the cut line, top 70 and ties, would be -1. So people like Woody Austin, Isaac Aoki, Lucas Glover, Graham McDowell, Kelvin Pete, Miguel Angel Jimenez, Sergio, and Vijay Singh would make the cut, whereas people like Tommy Armour, Larry Bice, and Shigeki Maruyama would not. I wonder where Dave Little is on this thing. Is he from Al Red Sox fame? How is he doing? He's in 24. Dave Little is at +2, so he's done shit. DiMaggio, DeMarco, there he is. DeMarco even par. Sean O'Hare -4, Ken Green -2. So yeah, we'll be looking at Chris DeMarco tomorrow. The two Canadians, well, how are the two Canadians doing? Because there's two Canadians. Stephen Ames is at -2 and Mike Weir's at -4. So yeah, both Canadians are in the line. Yeah, both Canadians would make the cut at the time. So it'll be good for Canada and not so good for Fuzzy Seller. But anyway, we'll honor him anyway. Rest in peace, Fuzzy. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.